Hello and welcome to the Court Case Podcast with me, your host, James Court.
And the co-host, Sweet Tea / Tegan.
It's the weird podcast today. We're going to be talking incest. We're going to be talking bronies. It's all on the show today, and all of it is coming right after this.
So, we've been away for a while. What feels like a while.
For you, anyway.
For me, yeah, because you uploaded one yesterday on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, you got me back in the studio. It's been quite a busy week, I won't lie.
It has been for you, yeah.
It has been for me, but we're here nevertheless with breaking news.
What's the breaking news?
Hugh Grant was spotted in Frome Bakery.
Was he really?
It's trending on Twitter.
Holy shit. Prince Philip just died and that's trending.
Oh, yeah. Man in bakery. Man in bakery in Somerset.
Man.
And everyone's got to know about it.
I do not get these sort of celebrity gossip things. Like, in what way is that news? I can't imagine going into the office, being around the water cooler and being like, did you hear that fucking Hugh Grant went to a bakery yesterday?
Do you want to hear what the little subtitle is for it?
Yeah.
Actor Hugh Grant has been spotted enjoying lockdown easing out shopping in Somerset. He is far from the first celebrity sighting in this area. So what makes this county such a popular destination for all the stars?
That is one big pile of shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, who fucking knows? Who fucking cares? I mean, he's great, but if he wants to enjoy... Oh, and I know his order as well.
What was his order?
His order's on here. It was... Let me get it up for you because I know everyone's dying to know.
Very important to me.
Yeah, so he ordered
Yes.
a bacon roll, a coffee and a custard slice.
Okay, that's not too bad.
So not only was someone stalking him to know he was in there, they also probably went really, really close to find out what he brought, or went in afterwards and was like, what did that mate just in front?
But the thing is, it's not important in any way, shape or form.
But it is though. But it is.
So why have we got to... Why is that on... It sounds like a Snapchat story. I'm surprised it was on Twitter.
Well, it's going to bring in some business for that bakery.
Surely it will, yeah, Frome Bakery, because that's the one that Hugh Grant goes to, obviously.
Yeah.
Did it say who the other celebrities were?
It may well have done. I don't know. I didn't bother reading anymore because I was just like, there's more important things than Hugh Grant going to a bakery for a bacon roll.
It's where they filmed Hot Fuzz.
Ah.
No, I've been to Somerset. I went to the town.
I want to go to Somerset. Sounds very summery.
I want to go back and take pics in the locations where they filmed Hot Fuzz, so we should go.
Yeah?
Yeah, we should go for, we could probably get a little hotel.
I'm only going to go if I go to the bakery.
Okay, we'll go to the bakery. You can go to the bakery, I'll go to where they filmed Hot Fuzz.
I'll try and see if Hugh Grant's there when I go there as well.
Yes.
I'll just
good
wait
idea.
all day, order a coffee, custard slice and a bacon roll ready for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just be one of those weird fucking stalker people. Like, that's the thing, though. They've released that. There is going to be people that are going to do that now.
Do you even like Hugh Grant that much?
I do. I enjoy the films that he's in, but I wouldn't go after him in Somerset for
Name 3 films.
He's in Love Actually, which he did amazing in.
Yes.
He's also in a couple of other ones as well. I don't know off the top of my head. Go on. You give me 2 and I might have seen them.
Pretty sure he's in Bridget Jones.
Oh, yes, he's in Bridget Jones, of course. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep, and he's also in... Fuck.
Oh!
He's been in loads of stuff, but why
He
can't
has.
I
I
not
know,
remember
that's what I mean.
he's been in?
My brain's gone blank.
I'm going to find out for us.
Because this is very important.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, Bridget Jones, Love Actually, those are top ones that I remember him in.
Because he's in he's one of those people that's in loads of stuff.
He just
but why
pops up
can I
every
not?
now and then, doesn't he?
So he's been actor. His one is Love Actually is the main one that people.
Yeah, I remember him. From.
IMDb says they know him for. He was also in 4 Weddings and a Funeral, About a Boy.
Oh, About a Boy. That's a really good film.
Notting Hill. He's been announced for a film in 2023 about Dungeons and Dragons.
That's
his
very
next
far in
one.
advance, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the next sort of. Oh, he was in Paddington 2.
Ah,
Probably
yes.
the first Paddington as well.
Maybe.
So there you go. That's Hugh Grant for you, right? We got a cool. Well, I sort of announced it last week, but we're going to go into a bit more depth on the
No, I'm
cool
here.
guest.
I'm all ears.
Cool guest that we've got for the next It's in May. It's one of our. I think it's one of our podcasts. It's
Probably
gonna
like
be
3 podcast
airing in
time
May.
or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think
Mm.
it's a big one. A man reached out to us. He said, "I was wrongfully convicted, and I want to come on your show and I want to tell my story."
You know, we read that and we are just like, oh, right, cool, that'd be fun. Search his name up, famous.
Well, the first thing I originally thought was like, this is spam. Like, I'm going to click this link and it's going to, take money out of my bank account or something. But no, it was genuine news. Like, I went on the guy's Instagram.
Yeah.
He's a proper personal Instagram account, everything.
Yeah.
And the man's name, we're going to reveal it now.
Ooh, drum roll. Have you got one that we can add in?
No, let me have a look. So, the man's name is...
Hold on to your butts.
It is Jeffrey Deskovic.
You're probably thinking, who the fuck is that?
But in New York, he's very, very big. He's very big. I went on YouTube and typed in his name. There's loads of videos on him.
But yeah, so he was wrongly in prison for 14 years.
16 years.
Oh, 16 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, for rape and murder.
Yeah, which he did not do, just in case anyone doesn't know
wrongfully committed
what wrongfully
means, yeah.
convicted means. But we're going to get to all of the details on why he was, wrongfully convicted and, all the whole process. How's he doing in life now that he's out of prison and everything? We're going to ask him all of those questions when he comes on the show.
So stay tuned for that. It's a really exciting one.
But yeah, I'm extremely excited.
It works
to get
well
to
with
that.
the name, court case.
Case, yeah.
He's literally been in a court case situation.
What I'm thinking of it as, right, the justice court let him down. But court case, this court, we're not going to let him down.
No.
We're going to bring him on.
We've
we're going to
already
let him tell
ruled
us
him
stories.
as not guilty.
Yeah, exactly. So, the first set of topics we're going to get to today, incest.
Lovely.
For
Love
some
love
reason,
the pause there.
I wanted the dramatic effect, but for some reason, when we started researching topics for the show, it seems to be in the news quite a bit.
It does.
What's going on there? You found something on Snapchat, didn't
Yeah,
you?
Snapchat stories, it's an absolute shambles. But you
Yeah.
do find some amazing quality gold headlines and you're just like, ooh, let me give that a read. And the one that was exactly what I just said, Dad wants to marry his daughter.
Right. So...
And there's nothing, apparently the headline was like, Dad wants to marry daughter and there's nothing you can do to stop them or something like that.
Okay, well, I thought incest was illegal. So surely there are some things you can do to stop him. But I found I tried to research an article that wasn't on Snapchat about it. I found one from very recently in... this was fairly recently. I don't know if it's the same couple, but it's a daughter 18 who's planning to marry her biological dad after he took her virginity.
Disgusting title.
Yes, the teenage woman shared her controversial story and said she and her biological dad would have a full-on wedding to celebrate their uniqueness.
They went on a talk show as well.
Did they?
Yeah, not like Dr. Phil, but it wasn't Dr. Phil. It was somebody else. It was an American thing.
Judge Rinder.
It wasn't Judge Rinder or anything like that. And the dad and the daughter were there, and they were going, "We have sex regularly," and like so open about it. I know.
Oh, that makes me feel a bit ill.
I know.
Oh, I just cannot imagine that. That's freaky. That's so freaky. Let's get to this article and see what this dad and daughter are up to. A bride-to-be has been told to come to her senses after she revealed her plans to marry her own biological dad, the unnamed 18-year-old from what country?
North Carolina.
That's a state in a country.
California.
That's also
Florida.
a state. That's a state in a country. I'm asking you what country.
Oh. Why was I keep listening to
Yeah, I know.
America?
Correct. Yeah, the US. Said she
I was saying states in the country, for fuck's sake.
said she wanted to give her own opinions on the so-called genetic sexual attraction. It comes after she was reunited with her dad when she was 16, after the two had severed contact for 12 years. So...
It probably should have stayed that way.
Yeah, so when she was 4, that means he would have not had...
wouldn't have been in her
stopped
life,
seeing each
yeah.
other, and 12 years later, right. She claimed the two then realised they had strong feelings for each other.
Ew, word. The fuck?
The-
Sorry? The fuck? You
Yeah.
don't see them for 12 years and then suddenly, I'm in love with you.
It's kind of weird that you'd be like, oh, this is your dad. You haven't seen him for years. You're going, oh, yeah. Oh, hello.
I know.
Weird. Very strange. The team told the cut. We discussed whether it was wrong, and then we kissed. Clearly, that was a long, in-depth discussion there.
That's so funny.
And then we made out, and then we made love for the first time. That was when I lost my virginity. How embarrassing is that? I lost my virginity to my own dad, and I wanted it.
I'm gonna throw up. I'm sorry. That is disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
A number of people think that drinking semen is a good idea.
The unnamed teenager then said her mum was not aware of the planned marriage. Oh, yeah, the mum. Christ.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's the mum in all this?
Clearly, if he severed
they're
ties,
divorced
they're
or
divorced.
something, yeah.
She also said it did not matter to her if their wedding was not a legal one, which I assume it wouldn't be. I want it to represent our uniqueness, so we aren't our uniqueness, so we aren't doing that sentence didn't make any sense. What?
Or is it the person reading it that didn't make any sense?
It's the Daily Star, so I'm assuming the journalist that written it wasn't making any sense. The colour scheme is black and purple, and we are both going to wear Converse tennis shoes.
Well, thanks so much for letting us know.
Yeah. He's wearing jeans and a nice dress shirt.
Brilliant.
Yep. He says he's not wearing a bow tie, but it's my wedding, and I'm saying that he is. So they're already spatting like an old married couple, so that's nice.
Ew. The age difference must have been significant. Also, she is backstabbing her mum so much. They divorced, and now she's like, I'm gonna take your husband off you.
The amount of people that are okay with this is kind of frightening me, because she said my grandmother and grandfather, my fiance's parents, are going to attend, and my grandpa will give me away.
Ew.
The tables will have bouquets of trees without leaves to represent our marriage, which will be like a growing tree. My dress will be black.
This is very, very odd.
Yep. Apparently, the account gained traction on Facebook, quickly went viral, with many calling on the team to bring an end to the engagement. Someone said, this is so wrong, so wrong. I wish someone would step in and save this poor girl. And I've added, no, I hope to God she doesn't go through with this wedding and she comes to her senses.
The thing is, like, how is she so manipulated into thinking that this is okay?
Yeah.
If nobody else is doing it, like, she's obviously got friends. Like, what are her friends thinking?
I know.
What was her mum saying in all this? You know, that's her ex-husband.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. It's so strange. I can't imagine it. I don't know what the laws are in the UK.
Well, I'm hoping that it's illegal all round the world. I don't see why anybody would be accepting of you marrying your fucking dad.
Let's have a Google show. Can I marry my dad?
Your fucking
UK?
search history. No.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can I marry my dad? UK. The law on getting married. Is it legal to marry your dad? It is. Oh, that's the United States. I don't care about the United States. Couples and it doesn't say.
So I'm guessing it's not.
So maybe it's not illegal. Maybe you can marry your dad.
Well, this is like the first I've really heard of someone actually doing it.
Yeah, if anyone in the UK listening to the court case
has married or wants to marry their dad,
yeah, please message us
know.
in and tell us how the marriage went. Also, if you're thinking about it, don't. Right? But the incest stories don't stop there, you know.
Oh, no.
This is why it seems to be all over the place. We've got marriage equality.
Do you know what it is? Everyone's been stuck in lockdown. And they're just like...
They're the only person they're seeing.
They're just like, oh, yeah, do you know what? I can't see my boyfriend. Come here, Dad.
Yeah. They're not seeing anyone else. So they're just like...
It's disgusting.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if next year like a study came out and was like incest was on the rise because of lockdown. You know, the sort of people that just hate the whole wearing masks, vaccine, corona thing. It'll be another tool to their belt. They'll be like, yeah, well, now I'm fucking my dad. Thank you, coronavirus.
They'll be like, the government made us fall in love with our parents.
Yeah.
So we can not have children or whatever some stupid article will say.
Exactly. Bloody stupid.
Oh.
But
oh no.
So funny. But no, the incest stories do not stop there. Where's the next one? Right. So marriage equality. Australian man is pushing to decriminalise consensual incest in 60 countries.
Incestalia.
So it would be incestalia. So he doesn't just want it for his country, Australia. He wants it for 60 other countries as well.
Bloody hell.
He compares the issue to gay and mixed race marriage. Because, of course, those are all completely similar. Consensual incest advocates are rooting for an anonymous New York parent who wants to marry their own adult child. Australian Richard Morris, who is pushing to change incest laws in about 60 countries, said he supports the legal push and that such behaviour between consenting adults should not be criminalised.
Oh.
Well, the thing is, the reason it's criminalised mainly is because when you have kids in a thing like that, the kids are often born with, birth defects and stuff like that. So it's more the fact of, it's trying to not encourage those sort of relationships to help, any possible children and stuff like that. I think it's not, obviously it's bloody weird anyway.
Well, yeah.
But
well, I mean, you want to feel safe in your home. You don't want to, get out the shower and your dad's wanking off at you. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. He and other advocates have launched about 130 different petitions, mostly on change.org, seeking to change incest laws around the world. Most have received very little support, which doesn't surprise me. He said, "We haven't moved any mountains yet."
Oh, my God. Well, I'm bloody glad.
Yeah. Mr. Morris was inspired to fight for those in consenting ancestral relationships. He said after learning about a Scottish case in which a long-separated father and daughter were reunited, starting an affair, and were then criminally convicted. Well, good.
This stuff is just making me feel really ill.
Yeah, fighting for true marriage equality is the right thing to do, isn't it? Well, that's not true marriage equality, mate. You shouldn't be marrying your dad.
Shouldn't be banging your dad or banging your daughter.
He says it seems to be as unjust as the law that used to imprison gay people and the law that used to stop people of different races marrying. No.
I mean, yeah, that was wrong, but this is a completely different scale.
Yeah, but the thing is, marrying a mixed race person doesn't provide health defects for your child and things like that. So it's a completely different kettle of fish. This is it's dangerous.
No one's actually thought about the fact that the conversation they're going to have with their child. So if they have a child, and luckily, fortunately, it's not born with any birth defects, and it's survives and all that lot, and then it's been brought up, and it's just like, oh, that's my mum and dad, and then they'll go to the mum and be like, oh, who's your dad? Who's my grandparents? Oh, your dad is your grandfather as well.
Yeah,
how does that work?
I don't like it.
Do you know what I mean, though? They're going to have what? A dad. Their dad is also their granddad as well.
Yeah, it's just...
And then
it's very
it's
strange.
Confusing me.
Yeah, but at the end of the article, he goes, "It is absurd to say that an adult can't consent to marry their parent. That same adult can be sent to war, take on 6 or 7 figures of debt, operate heavy machinery, be sentenced to death by a federal court, and consent to sex with 5 strangers, but can't consent to marry someone they love."
It's scary how people are wired completely different.
Yeah, it's strange. It's like there are 7 billion people on the planet.
Why
you shouldn't need to marry your parent. Or daughter,
that
son.
Sentence, just how does that not make people want to throw up?
Because the thing is, if in Cloud Cuckoo Land, where this law was passed, you can marry whatever, then that's just going to have people grooming their children.
Oh, and getting away with it.
And getting away with it, yeah. And then marrying them when they come of age.
That
Disgusting.
is very true.
In some of these cases, the genetic parent didn't raise them and they met for the first time 2 years ago. Allegations of grooming are laughable attempts to deny someone their rights, even though it will have no input on the person objecting. I'm done with this. Bloody stupid. There shouldn't be this many talks of incest in this day and age.
But it shouldn't be fucking trending right now.
No.
No. We don't need to talk about it anymore
On.
because I am feeling a little bit under the weather. I won't lie.
On to the next one. Jesus Christ.
On. How many times did you want to say it?
No, it's a song, isn't it? I don't know what song it is. It goes on to the next one. But anyway, nice quickie one. Mother says she killed her 3 children to protect them from abuse.
Bit ironic, that, isn't it?
It is. How does that work? Court documents indicate their father thought she was suffering from psychosis and tried to get her help. So this is a woman. She's suspected of killing her 3 children in, name a state in America.
Florida.
Wrong. Los Angeles this time. Yeah, she said she did it to protect them from abuse. We've got the name this time. This is Liliana Carrillo, 30, in Bakersfield, California. She was arrested on suspicion of carjacking the day her children's bodies were discovered by their grandmother. The
Jesus.
children were 3, 2, and 6 months old.
So young.
Yeah, I know. It's awful, isn't it? She said that asked what happened to the children. She told them, "I drowned them. I wasn't about to hand my children off to be further abused."
What?
Yeah. That's
Do you know what? Do you know, did they say that she's mentally ill?
yeah. The
So
husband
in her
said
head,
that she's
she
got
probably didn't
psychosis.
actually probably realise that her drowning her kids mean that they're never coming back. She probably just thought, oh, this is a solution to the problem right now.
Yeah.
And later on in life, it'll probably hit her. I feel bad for her that she's mentally ill, but oh, that's so messed up, isn't
It's
it?
really
It's
weird.
really sad.
It's weird people in the world. We're going to get on to something a bit different. Now, I need to... Oh, my soundboards are gone. I like to have my noises up. So, my noises for the show.
Yes.
So, do you know what a brony is?
Is it a... So there's either two things that I'm thinking in my brain right now, so I'll run you through the thought process.
Okay.
Is it an alcoholic beverage?
No.
Oh, that's Peroni.
That is brony.
Ah.
That's great. That is, Peroni, not brony.
Okay, so is it a horse?
Sort of. You're getting in the ballpark. I'm surprised you don't know what they are. You're not actually lying, everyone. She doesn't actually know what bronies are. I mean, I'm sure there's loads of people that don't know what bronies are. But it became popular around sort of 2010, 2011. Now, a brony is basically a male that is really, really into My Little Pony.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, that's seriously what they're called? They just called a brony, as in like
Bronies.
a
As
boy
in
who's
bro,
into...
pony, brony.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
Why,
whole
why
fandom
isn't
thing.
there a girlsies? Wait.
I
don't know.
I don't know. Apparently there are a few adult women bronies, but it's mostly men. So I've got sort of an article here to help you get the feel where there's a guy that is a brony and he was interviewed by a thing. So we've got a description here.
No.
So each day, out-of-work computer programmer Luke Allen self-medicates by watching animated ponies have magical adventures. The 32-year-old who lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, loves his daily fix of My Little Pony Friendship
Shut
is Magic.
up.
Yeah. And he's not alone. He's part of a growing group of bronies. Many were fans of a TV show largely intended for a much younger audience.
Yeah.
First, we can't believe this show is so good. Then we can't believe we've become fans for life. Then we can't believe we're walking down the pink aisle at Toys R Us or asking for the girls' toy in our Happy Meal. Alan said in an email to Wired.com. Then we can't believe our friends haven't seen it yet. Then we can't believe they're becoming bronies too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I remember this thing becoming popular in 2011, 2010 and seeing very cringy videos online. I remember watching one on YouTube. It cringed me the F out. I've not been able to find it since because I did want to show you once, but I can't find it.
Thank God I ain't seen it.
There was a guy, he was sat in McDonald's on his own and he was like opening up a Happy Meal.
Shut up.
And it was like My Little Pony toys.
Ew,
and it was
wait.
one that, right, and this was an adult guy. He was like in his 30s.
Yeah, I'm picturing in this.
Yeah, and he opened the Happy Meal and the toy was a My Little Pony that he'd already got at home. So he went to the desk and he asked if he could swap it for a My Little Pony toy that he hadn't got. And I was just like, how do you have the balls to do that? How are you that socially inept? Like, it's so... it's one of those cringy videos where you retreat into your own skin.
Do you know what? If that's his
Yeah.
hobby, if that's what he likes, I'd rather him be liking that than watching little kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so, yeah. But I
So-
mean, it's weird. It's very strange.
It's weird, but you know, somebody's got to like it. They made the show for a reason, and
Yeah.
it's getting some audience. So
Yep.
why not?
My Little Pony seems to be an unlikely object of fanboy love. Since the show debuted on Channel Hub TV, it's attracted a growing number of male fanatics. There are, in addition to watching the show, these teenage 20 and 30-something guys are creating pony art, posting fan videos on YouTube, and feeding threads on 4chan, their own chat, PonyChan. That's so strange. So the sort of ponies, apparently the names of the ponies in the show, you got ones like Twilight Sparkle, Fluttershy, and Rainbow Dash.
Oh, wow.
Right, we got. I believe the fan base for this new generation of My Little Pony is one of the most amazing, unexpected things to come out of the internet in a long while. A
Is it
20-year-old from Virginia whose My Little Pony mashups with movie trailers have gotten nearly 350,000 views on YouTube.
God.
Yeah, so that's just
amazing.
yep.
That's a great snippet of
There's
news
more.
there.
The reason I was showing you this is because there's a Brony in the news at the moment, and I
Right,
want
why
to
is
get
it in
to
the
that.
news though?
I'll get to that in a minute. I just want to see if there's any weird
This is weird enough, hun.
quote from someone here. Right, this is a 23-year-old man from Arizona. Honestly, if someone were to have told me I'd be writing a pony blog 7 months ago, I would have called them insane.
That's amazing. That is a great way to finish an article.
Yep.
Oh dear.
That's so strange to me.
It's funny.
So why the breathless adoration for My Little Pony? Some fans say the show's appeal lies in good illustration, excellent characters, or a perfect storm of 80s nostalgia and cultural irony. I don't know. I just don't know. But let's get to the crux. So basically, there's been another shooting in America.
Oh, is this because he didn't get his My Little Pony toy
At a
in his
FedEx
McDonald's?
suspect. Apparently, he is part of the subculture of Bronies.
So I'm guessing it's something to do with the pony, right?
It must be. We're going to dig deeper. We're going to find out. The 19-year-old accused of shooting and killing 8 people inside and around the
Jesus.
FedEx facility in Indianapolis, Indiana, was reportedly a part of the adult following of My Little Pony.
Why didn't he just stick to that?
Yeah. He's accused of opening fire at the facility before killing himself.
Jesus!
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was it about?
I'm going to try and find
So where did
out.
you say it was FedEx?
It was at a FedEx facility.
Right.
Yeah.
So your parcels.
Yeah. Brony online culture has displayed elements of far-right extremism. Why are bronies far-right extremists? That's so strange to me. Right.
Oh,
okay, so
what have you read?
this is very, very strange. So one of the ponies in the show My Little Pony is called Applejack.
Okay.
Okay, just so you know, right? So there was a post timestamped on the killer's, I think, Facebook, some sort of social media.
I'm scared.
Less than an hour before he did it, right? Do you want to know what he said?
Uh,
I hope that I can be with Applejack in the afterlife. My life has no meaning without her. And it featured an image of the cartoon pony Applejack.
shut up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How strange is that?
Okay, at first we were like, funny little cult. Now it's a toxic extremist cult.
It's very, very weird. Yeah, it's so weird. It's gone from people that are into
My
just
Little
people
Pony.
that like My Little Pony men.
To someone that wants to die.
Far right extremist people that watch My Little Pony, and now we got a guy that shot 8 people because he wants to be in the afterlife with Applejack the pony.
But the 8 other people didn't have to go with him.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, he was a former employee of this FedEx place, and he was placed in a mental health facility by law enforcement in 2020 after his mother contacted the police to report that he might try to commit suicide by cop. I don't know what suicide by cop is.
Don't know.
Oh, which is when a suicidal person provokes law enforcement officers to shoot at the individual.
Oh.
So that's apparently suicide by cop, which I'd never heard of before.
I've never heard of that before.
So the victims were identified as Matthew Alexander, 32, Samaria Blackwell, 19,
Jesus.
Amarjit Jahal, 66, Jaswinder Kaur, 64, Jaswinder Singh, 68, Amarjit Sekon, 48, Carly Smith, another 19-year-old, John Wessert, 74, among those who died. That's awful.
That is awful.
How
isn't
can
it?
you be... Oh, how can you be so into My Little Pony that you want to die and kill other people for the characters? So strange.
19's my age. That's so young.
Yeah, I know.
Like, going to work and not coming back. Like,
It makes you sick, doesn't it?
it's scary. And like, that person doesn't seem like a dangerous person. He's just he's a person that's into My Little Ponies at first, and then he goes and does this. It's like you're not safe at all. It's really scary.
Do you know what furries are?
Yeah.
You know what furries are? Okay. So I used to think that like bronies and furries were sort of the same thing, but no, they're different. That was when I was younger.
Yeah, but they're like kind of still like an animal cult kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Is a cult the right word?
I mean, some of the groups
community.
can show. Yeah,
That's
community.
probably a better word. I apologise.
Yeah,
Community is a better word.
Yeah, exactly. But it's that's very, very strange as well. There's a WebMD article. Furry sex, what is it?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but there was one of my, like, the furry community is very, very strange. I mean, yeah, they are different because I guess Bronies just watch My Little Pony, but furries like want to be animals,
Yeah.
dress up as animals.
I didn't when this article started, I didn't expect to hear that one of them has ended up killing other people over My Little Ponies. So that's
I know, it's weird, isn't it?
It's so scary.
Yeah. What about 9 questions about furries you were too embarrassed to ask?
All right.
What questions do you reckon you'd be embarrassed? If we had a furry on the show, which could be quite interesting to do, but anyway, if we had a furry on the show, what would you want to ask them?
Why do they do it?
Fair enough. Yeah.
What about you?
I'd just be like, why don't, like, it's so difficult. I mean, why did you do it was obviously would be the main question. I'd just be like, what is it sexual? Is it not for you?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Because there's
I
probably...
can imagine some of them are and some of them aren't into being sexual with it.
Question number 1 apparently is, so being a furry means you run around in a fursuit all the time, right? Apparently. You see these furry conventions, apparently they cost way loads of money.
Really?
Those fursuits. Apparently it's really expensive.
Jesus.
Very expensive hobby.
They all look the same though, like the furry costumes. They're not like unique.
No, they all just look like weird wolves of different colours.
Yeah.
It's like you never see a furry that's like I guess because that'd be a reptile. I was going to say like a tortoise.
For fuck's sake.
But you don't see like a hedgehog, like a furry dressed as a hedgehog, do you?
No, I
No.
haven't.
Or like a bear. I don't think I've seen a bear furry. But when I was at uni in Southampton, one of my mates who studied film, his final film that he did for his grade, he did a documentary on the Southampton furry community. I wish he'd released it online because it was a really well-made documentary.
Really?
Yeah, it was really well-made and it was interesting.
He should have released it. Why didn't he?
I don't know. I'm tempted. But the thing is, he's not on social media. So I want to reach out to him and be like, did you post that anywhere? I really want to show people because it was excellent.
Oh.
I sat down when I was editing my own thing and I sat down with him in the edit bay and he had just finished the final edit and I sat down and watched it with him. So interesting.
Is it long?
No, it was about 15 minutes, I think. 15, 20 minutes. And it was great. It was it was really interesting. But yeah, there is a furry community in Southampton as well.
I didn't know that.
Strange,
That's interesting. See, the thing is, I don't have a problem with people having these extreme hobbies as long as it doesn't mean anyone gets hurt. But obviously, someone has. Like 8 people have.
One thing in the documentary, it's one of the clips I remember from the documentary that freaked me out is because they're in, like, obviously there's people that do it as like a sexual thing, and I assume there's people that don't, but because they're in a suit, you can't really tell. But also because they're in a fursuit that's quite cartoony, when they're walking around town, it attracts children, right? And there was one clip in the documentary of a guy in a fursuit like hugging to a kid that had come up to him, and it's just like if you're doing it because it's a sexual fetish, interacting with kids at the same time, I think is a bit dodgy.
Yeah, that is.
So. It's another weird subject, isn't it? Is being a furry just a sexual fetish? Fetish? No, though, like with any other fan interest, there are sexual themes present, while sexual activity with other furries, known as yiffing,
No way.
after the sound foxes make during sex, apparently. So if you're two furries having sex, it's called yiffing. As part of the subculture for some, others maintain a non-erotic interest in the subject. Furries are typically subject to media portrayals that overemphasize the sexual aspect of the fandom. Apparently, we go to conventions to hang out with friends, maybe buy something like art or badges, go to a... But the thing is, if it was sexual for them, they'd never say it.
No.
So, I mean, I feel like if you'd be that into it, that you walk around in a fursuit, it's got to be...
Oh, it's got to be more.
It's got to be more than just this is a
Yeah.
hobby. Yeah. Yeah. Really weird.
Really strange.
What
I
is
feel like we should move on though because it's kind of making me feel so uncomfortable.
One last thing though, furries have things called a fursona, which is like their character, their persona.
Oh, their persona, right?
Their fursona. So like my fursona is like Simba, something like that.
Oh, dear.
Very strange. But
It's
I'll tell you
so
what we can do.
weird.
We can move on to courting with James. If I can find the jingle. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, here we go. Okay, I got some relationship stories for you today.
Lovely vocals
'cause
by me there.
That was not by you.
That
was not
was.
by you. That was from Sam's lovely friend, Amy, who is a professional vocalist.
Who is also our friend, so.
Yeah, she's also our friend. We played mini golf with her, didn't we?
We did indeed.
And you lost.
Nice one to slide in there. Thank you so much. And then I remember we did a rematch and I won by a far.
Yeah, but that was just you and me. But you did win. Mm-hmm. So well done there.
Correct.
Right, so this is one that I found that is a topic because I know, for example, you and your friends are very into Instagram, and I know that you guys have strong opinions on this sort of thing.
Okay.
Me, not as
I'm going to
opinionated
talk
on
for the
this
girls
subject.
here then.
Yeah, talk
We
for
probably
the
won't all
girls.
have the same opinions, but what is it?
My boyfriend likes pictures of half-naked women on Instagram. Do I have a valid reason to be upset?
I think so. I don't think it's like ever, like that's the thing, like some girls be like, oh, it's cheating. It's not cheating. In my mind, it's just plain right disrespectful.
I want to know what he classes as half-naked, or what she
Well,
classes
probably
as
like
half-naked.
bikini pics, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you get some. Yeah, bikini pics I would class as half naked. Yes.
Yeah.
But you obviously a lot of nowadays. This isn't bashing because, to be honest, I've said to you before, I'm very jealous of the fact that women have such a huge choice of things to wear and men do not so much. But a lot of women's fashion nowadays it involves showing lots of skin. So to some people, does a crop top count as half naked?
Right.
You know, when to
It
other
well,
people it wouldn't.
It depends what generation. If that's someone my age saying that, I can't imagine someone my age saying half naked and they're wearing a crop top.
Well, let's find out. That we've got a paragraph here. She's 23, boyfriend 26, likes pictures of these half-naked women that he personally knows. So it's not just models; they're people he personally knows.
Okay,
from his
well that's
life,
a little bit.
on Instagram, and I can't help but feel upset about it. I wouldn't mind if they were pictures of well-known models or celebrities.
Yeah.
But he knows these women. Also, I think it mainly upsets me because he doesn't even click like on the photos I post, and he also doesn't have any pictures of him and I on his profile. So I feel stupid.
For fuck's sake, that makes it such a much more worse situation.
I understand just because he's with me, he isn't going to stop finding other women attractive. But why does he need to pretty much let the women in the picture know, hey, I like what I see? Why can't he just appreciate the picture and keep scrolling? I feel like it's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
That one I find very disrespectful.
That is disrespectful.
Yes.
Because he doesn't post you. He doesn't like your photos, which is very odd to me.
That's weird.
Why would your boyfriend not like the photos you post, but then go out of his way to like his friends?
To be honest, I don't go on Instagram that much.
No.
But I have your posts set to notify me when you post, so I know to like and comment on those.
Cute.
And so, to be honest, if you get a like from me on Instagram and you're not my girlfriend, you're very lucky because I do not go on Instagram that much.
It's you would get a like if his girlfriend's posted and you're at the top of the feed.
Yeah, exactly. If you've posted, it will quickly go back to the feed. I'll scroll through about 5 photos.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the photo is, I will like those 5.
Oh, so you could be liking
Absolutely.
half naked people, and I
but
wouldn't.
the thing is, I do not pay attention at all. Whereas this guy,
You don't care about Instagram, and it fucking annoys me because I have to do court case all by myself, and when I'm busy, I'm like, can you just check it today? He's like, maybe.
I've been doing it a bit more this week because you've been busy.
Whoa. Well done.
I mean, you had to remind me, but
Yeah,
it's because,
exactly.
it's because I obviously do a lot of the editing here and stuff like that, and I've been doing social media for years.
But social media,
so-
unfortunately, is a really important thing to have engagement on because
It
it's
is.
the only way that you're going to grow.
Yeah, well, we still make, we still do it together, but I mean, you just sort of taken the reins a bit on that, you know. But I've done social media for years, it's a big part of what I do, so I guess I'm just, used to it.
Yeah.
But still, when it comes to personal Instagram, it's not really. I appreciate Instagram as a platform. I understand that I prefer.
It's like a virtual online memory book.
Yeah, and it's better than Twitter in the fact that it's just nice pictures. It's not people sharing awful, annoying opinions and getting angry at people. So I understand that. But I don't know, for some reason I feel like it's more time consuming than it is. I go on it and I feel like I'm spending more time on it, but I'm not. So I just scroll through a couple, like whatever the photos are.
Yeah.
And then I look at stories. I look at people's stories quite a lot.
The stories are interesting, yeah.
But I just don't really go through the feed.
That's fair enough.
weird.
You don't have to. Do you know
No.
what I mean? You don't like. Some people don't have Instagram or use Instagram at all. Like, it's not a crime.
Yeah, but here's where it comes down to it. Okay, regardless of hers, she's just got a crappy boyfriend here.
Yeah.
That's like not paying any attention, because the thing
Yeah.
is, if you're a boy with a guy with half a brain, you know that most women take social media more seriously
Yeah.
than like I do.
The average man.
Yeah, so you would know, okay, well, I need to make sure that I like my girlfriend's
Yeah,
posts.
I mean,
you
if
know,
he
that
was
I put some
liking
effort.
her posts, it'd be a lot different.
Yeah.
And like, to be honest, like she sees it as like, oh, he's liking his friends. I'd rather him like celebrities, but like at the same time, it's his friends, so you've like kind of got to like those.
That's
photos.
the thing as well, because obviously, like when I finished uni or college or stuff, and I came back home, I had quite a few friends of different genders. I had women friends and I had guy friends, and I know for a fact that there are women that are friends with from uni that dress in pictures provocatively, yes. And sometimes I feel like I still have to like them because
They're your friend.
they're my friends,
Yeah.
and like they won't, when I go to post or whatever, they won't like or
And
follow
like it
whatever.
back. I know
It's not out of attraction; it's out of obligation.
Yeah, no, and
You know?
I personally, I agree with that, because just like if, my guy friends were to post a topless photo, I would like it because they're my guy friend, because I find them attractive. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's more like, sometimes it's more of a friendship thing rather than an attraction thing, and that's what you've got to get mutual grounds on. Like, I don't really care what you like, and I know that you don't really care about Instagram that much, and you're not scrolling through and going out of your way to look at naked girls. But whereas with this girl, I feel like you haven't had that conversation, whether it's a friendship thing or whether it's an attraction thing, but he just seems to be playing right disrespectful.
In my opinion, if you were, for example, a girl that thinks about this a lot, and you're listening to this podcast, and because there's girls and guys that
Worry about
needy
it.
in relationships that
Well,
overanalyze
need
things like
validation,
that.
I'd
Need
say.
validation, stuff like that. If you're a girl or a guy who's listening to this, they're thinking about your partner's or potential partner's social media habits and stuff. If they're like this guy, they're not liking your stuff, but they're liking other girls, they're a problem.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you've got a guy that is liking and commenting on all of your stuff, but is also just liking so other women's posts, then I don't think it's a problem that you should be bringing up unless he starts commenting and messaging.
Yeah.
That's when it's a problem
Yeah,
that
I
you bring
agree.
up.
And also, if he wasn't liking, this is why I feel like I'm the opposite to this girl, because if he wasn't liking, if he was liking celebrities, that's, who cares? It's a celebrity. If he's liking his friends, that's like, oh, they're your friends. But then if he was going out of his way to follow random girls and like random girls that aren't his friends, that would be the problem for me. If you started following random girls and liking their photos, that would be then the problem for me. Anything else before, I don't really care about.
Following random girls is weird.
Yeah, following random girls and liking random girls, I completely understand if that was the problem. But these are his friends, so it's just a little bit like disrespectful. And also the awkward thing is, it's just like, girls are going to check those things. They're going to be like, oh, my friend's boyfriend's like this photo, and then they go and stalk, and then they see, oh, but he didn't like his girlfriend's photo. And like, people pick up on stuff like that. So it's just going to be like, people are just going to start speculating, and it's unfortunately, it's all image, isn't it, really?
Yes. Yes. But I mean, I think because of how guys are, I think if he's just liking, if he still likes your stuff, but you just notice that he likes some other girl's stuff, just like put it to the back of your mind. Don't really think about it. If you see his post and he's commenting and he's like sending messages, then that's when you step in and be like, what's going on here?
If you hate it so much, it's important to like communicate and be like, I don't really like you liking these other girls' photos. It's making me feel disrespected. Yeah. And he doesn't listen, then he's the problem. If he does listen, then you're fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wonderful. I hope that was helpful.
Yeah. Thing like Donald Trump.
I respect women more than I respect men.
Oh.
Which is, that's how I feel.
I don't need to hear his voice anymore. he's long gone.
I respect women more than I respect men.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I respect men more than I respect women.
James Court for president. You respect men more than you respect women?
I was waiting for that.
Whoa, that's a new take.
I was joking. Women are better than men.
The future is female, as they all say, isn't it?
Yes, that is true.
I wouldn't mind that. To be
We're
honest.
powerful.
Yeah, women are powerful. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. If we were in a society where I just had to do whatever women say, I'd be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I think you're probably... I don't know if any other guys would agree with that.
Well, it takes a lot of effort, doesn't it? I just
What?
have to do what you say. It doesn't, you know.
I mean, you listen to me well
much
enough.
more relaxing. Yeah, I do what you tell me to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
You wear the trousers.
Yeah, I do.
Right, here we go. The next courting with James. My dad is having an affair with someone who is my age, not my personal dad.
I was going to say, that'd be a bit bloody hard, wouldn't it? How the fuck is he doing that?
Oh, Christ. He's possessing them.
Lovely.
My dad is having an affair with someone who is my age. I am kind of reeling. My mum doesn't want to talk about it and just says, I don't understand what it means to be married. Maybe I don't, but I really, really, really don't think this is right. My dad, who is 49, male, and my mum, 47, female, have been married for 20 plus years. That's a long marriage.
Yeah.
They have me, 21, and a man, and a younger sibling. Don't want to get into the siblings' age/gender as they don't know anything about this. Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
They're younger though. So so it's a son, and he's male. This 21 guy. Sibling was diagnosed with cancer 8 years ago.
Jeez.
And it was a big, big journey to make sure that sibling got through it. It took a big toll on the whole family. My mum gave up her job to look after sibling full time. It was over 2 years of back and forth, but we got lucky. Sibling is thriving now.
That's great.
Good stuff, good stuff. My dad has a high-powered job and always worked a lot, but he always made it home for dinner. But then about a year into siblings' treatment, he started working late or going to a golf club a night a week.
Interesting.
Then over time, it was 2 nights, and for the past few years, it's been half the week. It was always sort of clear that siblings' illness didn't exactly bring our parents together. My mum got totally into that, and to be honest, she wasn't always very present for me emotionally, but sibling was so unwell that I just kind of got it. She's been great ever since. I asked my mum a few years ago if she and dad were happy, and she said that marriage is more than just romance and rainbows, and that they had a life together, which didn't really answer my question.
That doesn't answer. I don't really understand what the answer was to that
Or
question
maybe
there.
it did. You know, that's what they said.
Oh, right.
That
right.
wasn't me giving an
I
opinion.
interrupted. I apologise profusely. Is that the
That's
word?
okay.
Profusely?
Profusely.
Oh.
Yeah. About a year ago, I finally twigged that my dad was having an affair and it had been going on for a while. Basically, I found a document that indicated that he rents a flat on the other side of town.
Jesus.
There was just this moment when I realised, and my mum saw it kind of sink in, and she just shook her head, and I didn't say anything. 2 days ago, I found out who his mistress was. It's a girl who was in my class at school.
Oh, no.
Yep. Izzy actually used to go out with my best friend from ages 14 to 16. My friend was distraught when she broke up with him. It seems like she did this because she had met my dad. He rented a flat and they've been having an affair for 5 years.
5 years. Jesus Christ.
Wait. She used to go out with the best friend from the ages of 14 to 16. My friend was distraught when she broke up with him. It seems like she did this because she had met my dad, which means when she was 16 years old, the affair with the dad started.
Yeah.
Fucking A. Jesus.
Fucking A.
I confronted my dad and he just told me that it was none of my business, that his relationship with my mother had evolved, in quotation marks, when sibling got sick, and that his sexual needs had upgraded, in quotation marks.
Oh, fuck off.
And that Izzy can meet them in a way that my mother cannot. Big caps, WTF.
That is actually disgusting. I couldn't think of anything more. I mean,
I'd want to confront.
I was going to
Izzy.
say I couldn't figure out anything more vile. We've had some vile stories already, so this is just a vile episode, really.
He said, and my mother confirmed, that he told my mum that he was planning to have an affair with Izzy before it started, and that ground rules were set so that Izzy couldn't come to our house, and that he would still be home X number of nights a week, and that no more than X would be spent on Izzy, X number of pounds.
Yeah.
My mother gave her permission, and that's been the situation ever since. My mother just said she didn't want to discuss it and that relationships change over time. My dad said that he would go and stay in his flat for the rest of the week while I cooled off, but that he would come back on Monday and that we wouldn't be talking about it again. Fuck off. I've been living at home during the pandemic as my university has been shut and I haven't exactly got anywhere else to go. Plus, my mum doesn't want me to go and sibling is still in school and doesn't know anything about this. I'm physically kind of nauseous about this whole thing and I don't want anyone to know. My dad is just a total creep. I hadn't spoken to Izzy in a long time, but I remember her as a really quiet and very clever. She's also very beautiful. Her parents had a very messy divorce during the last couple of years at school and I remember her being very upset about it. Can't believe that she's put in 5 years of her life into this. My friend really loved her. He spent a good 2 years trying to win her back. Don't know what to do. I need a roof over my head, but I don't want to look at my dad's smug face again.
So wait, the mum's in on this as well?
Yeah, she accepted it.
The hell?
Mm.
That is vile.
Yeah.
Half that's his kid's age. That is ill.
It's in
and
the
how
UK.
was he affording? Is it?
Yeah, because when he said X number, he used a pound sign.
Oh my god. How is he affording to pay for another flat as well that he's hardly in? It just seems like so much work.
There is an update on this, but I wanted to read some of the top comments of advice.
Also, what is actually wrong with someone to go, oh, my kids might die of cancer, let's go and have an affair?
I'm sorry, but while your kid is struggling with cancer, I don't understand how your sexual needs
It's more
are top
important.
of the agenda.
Yeah, fuck off.
That's really weird.
And
to
how
me.
how the mum's gone, yeah, that's fair enough, you're horny, our kid's about to die, but you're horny, yeah, go and find
This
someone.
is what.
Like, the hell?
If you're not I'm sorry, but if you're going through something like that, I do not understand why you can't just have a wank and just watch some porn or something. Like, I do not understand how you need to actively go and have an affair while your kid's
No, I
got
don't get it
cancer
either.
and you need to support the mum. And also, it
How
said
do you even
that.
have time in your brain to think, oh, I could really do with a fuck right
And what
now?
about the mum's sexual needs? She's not having an affair.
She's obviously too busy looking after the
She apparently
kids.
she went head first into treating the son, and so
Fucking
why is
hell.
the dad not done that? So, top comments. So they started dating at 16 and 44.
Ew.
Yeah, not sure what the age of consent laws are in your area, but that's not cool. Sounds like he may have groomed her and taken advantage of her family situation, making her vulnerable.
I wonder how they met then.
Well, he might have known her from class. I don't know. It's technically not your business, and there's not much you can say as they're adults and it's their marriage. All you can do is tell them how it makes you feel and how this will impact your relationships with them. Personally, I'd go no contact with my dad and low contact with my mum because I couldn't handle it, but that's up to you. Take some time, think about how you want your life to be, and make a decision without burning bridges.
I feel so bad for him. I don't know what you would do in that situation.
Yeah. Also, I just don't get how this Lizzie, what she gets out of it. Like, she's 16, he's 44.
I mean,
What? How is that fun?
Well,
you don't.
because-
How are you to share interests? My Little Pony.
Well, I think it's more for her. Like, most girls like an older guy, don't they? And if he's had a lot more sexual
Yeah, most people like an older guy, not an OAP.
I know. But you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
like, for her, it's probably exciting because he's older and he's married and he's probably had more sexual experience, so he's probably quite skilled. I don't fucking know. There'll probably be some. Or maybe she's just wrong in the head. You know? Who knows?
Yeah. So someone said that, you know, he should silently help mum with like a divorce down the line. Yeah. Let's see what the update is, shall we? We've got an update.
Okay.
Thank you all for the advice with the general wave of horror at what my dad has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we all agree with that, son. But it's going to be okay. To the people who said that my dad is a cool dude and is killing it and that I was jealous,
That's so funny.
I suggest seeking therapy for your tortured self-esteem issues. To the people who said that it was an open marriage / a fetish for my mother too, nah, I get that polygamy may be a good thing for some people, but I think that's often about one person being selfish at the expense of the feelings of their partner. I agree.
Yeah.
It's become very clear that this has been what's happening here. In the end, sibling found out what was happening.
Oh.
Whoopsie. I told her, okay, so it's a younger daughter, that I posted, and she said thank you for protecting her privacy, but she was fine with people knowing her age / gender. So yeah, she's a girl and she's a teenager. I realised that my instinct is to protect her from back when she was ill, but she's actually one of the strongest and resilient people that I know,
That's
and
so
she
nice.
doesn't
Like, at
really
least they
need
have
it.
each other.
Yeah. When Dad came home, Sibling and I confronted him again.
Ooh, Sibling knows too.
He was a bit freaked out that Sibling now knew too. He explained it all again. He met Lizzie and became transfixed by her, in brackets, bath, he's put, by
Bath?
her, as in throw up. He put in brackets, this is making me throw up. He put
Oh.
bath. Yeah, so he was transfixed by her, bath. And so
Right.
he told her that he would like to start a relationship. He said that he started by meeting Lizzie for coffee to work out ground rules with her, and that he also worked out ground rules with my mother. But when Sibling pushed, he admitted that he had told my mother that he would want a divorce if she stood in the way. Great ground rules there, mate.
Fucking hell.
What a fucking prick.
Well, just go for a divorce anyway then. You obviously want to be with somebody else.
Yeah, it really does. So I'm sorry, but he wants to go to divorce and stuff while his kid is going through cancer
He's
treatment.
actually, no, he's a horrible human being.
It really does sound like the freaking weirdest adultery that I've heard of. Not that I have actually ever met anyone else who cheated. During the time that he and Lizzie were talking, Dad found a flat and furnished it for their meetings. Given that over time Dad has been increasingly absent, Sibling pushed again for an explanation, and he said it started off one evening a week, after which he dropped Lizzie back at her parents', but over time they started staying over together for special occasions, and then every week until where we are now, where he's been here half the week and the other half with her. He also said that the flat they use now is not the same one they started out with, because it's now one that Lizzie lives in full time, while the one they had for the first few years was just a bedsit. He finally admitted that he has consistently gone over the budget that he agreed to my mother that he would be spending on his affair. So he's budgeted all of their stuff so that he can afford to give
my
her an
God.
apartment that she can live in.
He is horrible. That poor mum.
Sibling told him that she wasn't happy staying under his roof anymore and packed up to go stay with her boyfriend.
Love that.
She told our mum that she loves her and will be back when Dad is gone. My mother kind of freaked out and asked her not to go, but Sibling just said again that she wants nothing to do with our father, and she took her case and walked out the door. I ended up confessing all to the girl I've been seeing for a few weeks, and I fled there too. I was really hesitant as my situation is extremely new, and I hadn't wanted to give her the impression that I'm some gross guy like
I
my
know,
dad.
yeah, that must be so tricky.
She turned out to be very understanding, but I've promised that this is a very short-term fix. A friend of the girl I'm seeing apparently has a room coming free in his house share, and I'm 95% sure I'll be moving there at the start of May. Affording it may be tricky, but I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Back at the homestead, Sibling has also been in touch with our maternal uncle, who I think is stepping in to lay down the law to my mum that she needs to kickstart a divorce because this situation is utterly unacceptable. If we were in America, Dad would be liable for criminal charges. I worried about burning down the house, but the house was already very much on fire. My parents will be separating even if people who love my mother have to step in directly. Someone commented about boiling frog syndrome, and I think my mother is very much a little boiled frog. I don't know what that is.
Who knows?
But I'm very hopeful that we can extricate her from this situation to a more positive way of being. And ultimately, I drafted a text message to Lizzie, as I think I have her number stored on my phone. Thoughts on whether it would be wise to send would be appreciated, and he's got the text here.
Oh, what's the
This
text?
is what he's thinking of saying. Hi, Lizzie. My name here. My dad's probably told you that the family are now all aware about your involvement with him. I just wanted to make clear that we bear no ill will towards you personally and that we wish you a brighter tomorrow. My dad's selfishness should not dictate your destiny, and I hope you find your way to a future that does not include him.
Oh, okay, so it was actually quite polite.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't have been,
No.
but fair enough.
I was hoping it was just like, fuck off, you fat cunt, or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if she is fat, but...
Yeah, she's probably, well, I don't know, she's probably not fat.
I don't know.
But Christ alive, that's a messy situation.
It's horrible.
So I'm 52, and even to this day, the thought of sleeping with one of my friend's dads grosses me out. And so, but of course, because your friend's dads these days would be like 80.
What?
Right. But anyway, you know.
Messed up.
Yep.
I think in a world where you can be anything, be kind.
Exactly.
That's what
She
you can
said
do
it
today.
right.
Yep. And we're coming to the end of the show today, guys. We've packed a lot of content in. And we've got about a minute left. We're approaching the
Ooh.
hour. So how have you found being back this week?
Yeah, it's been good.
Good. Are you looking forward to our collabs in the future?
I'm really excited, yeah.
Well, guys, our court case verdict is today is please do not go out with people that are about 20, 30 years your senior, especially if you're young. Please do not go out with your own fathers and mothers. not something we recommend. But please do listen to the Court Case Podcast and follow us on our socials, like at Court Case Podcast on Instagram.
You're guilty of following, but not for committing.
Perfect. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.